It's a breezy Monday night, and our temperatures will get very cold as we go into the overnight hours. We'll be falling into the upper 20s, but then on our Tuesday will be another beautiful sunny and dry day. I'll have all the details on the forecast coming up.
Now at 10, a local NFL player is giving back to his community for the holidays. We'll take you to the event. Also ahead, the family of a local missing woman calling on SLED to take over her case. We explain why. And big news for the state of Georgia, what the governor is planning for teachers and state employees, as your news at 10 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 10 on MeTV.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Hannah Latier. Thank you for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins as a local NFL player is bringing joy back into his hometown here in Augusta with a special contribution for the holidays. Nikita Dennis live in the Satellite News Center to tell us more. Nikita?
Yeah, Deontay Smith, who currently plays for the Cincinnati Bengals, is giving back to the community he's known and loved, just in time for Christmas.
We're just excited that you're here today.
Even from a youth here at the church, he was totally involved, and this shows his investment back into the community from whence he comes.
Whether on or off the field, offensive lineman Deontay Smith is being a blessing to others around him. Smith is a member of Good Shepherd Baptist Church in Augusta, where he decided to make a huge donation to families this Christmas.
He donated $10,000, which is something that he probably didn't want to be out there. He's just such a meek person, but it was his goal to do whatever he could, so that was his contribution to the program today.
Hundreds of gifts were given out to individuals at Good Shepherd, with Christmas caroling to go along with it.
He wants to give back to his community, so his community being Augusta. So wherever he can give back, last year was, through giving back to the community through gifts and food and shelter and things like that. And this year he's partnering with the church.
But it's more than just a contribution.
Even though we're coming out of the pandemic, many families are still struggling, and this will help them with providing some gifts for their children.
Smith wasn't able to be at the event, but he sends his love to everyone who was able to attend. Live in the Satellite News Center, Nikita Dennis, WJBF News Channel 6.
All right, thank you, Nikita. Time now for a first look at our weather. Here's meteorologist Jenna Pachachi. Jenna, it was pretty cold and windy when I was coming into work earlier.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yesterday we had the rain, and luckily we dried out today. But of course we traded that in for the windy conditions along with the cold air. And tonight we'll really feel those temperatures drop as we do have a weak cold front passing by now. This cold front is not bringing us any rain, but it is going to bring in some very dry air and the cold air starting tonight. So here's a live look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam over at Washington Road. Completely dry outside with temperatures not too cold just yet. We're still seeing a lot of 50s, 50 degrees exactly in Augusta, 48 in Allendale, 50 as well in Barnwell, Evans at 49, 48 in Aiken. So pretty consistent temperatures here, a little bit cooler in Crawfordville at 45, but other than that, pretty consistent with winds coming in from the northwest. Very breezy tonight, 15 miles per hour in Thompson, 14 in Augusta, 10 in Aiken, and these are the sustained winds. So the winds are constantly blowing at this speed, but the gusts are as up high as 25 miles per hour, and that's why there is a lake wind advisory in effect all the way until 9 a.m. Tuesday. So this started on Sunday morning and is continuing as we do have that cold front coming through, and you can see the location of that front based off this dew point gradient. We have the higher values on the other side of the front, where we're seeing some 30s still, a little bit more moisture, but those dew points dropping into the teens now, so you can tell how dry that air is coming in behind it. But no rain associated with that front. It is completely dry, and we'll have a lot of sunshine once again tomorrow. On the other hand, though, up in the Midwest and parts of the Northeast, a very active Monday night as that low pressure system that brought us all the rain on Sunday is still bringing a lot of rain and even a lot of snow across areas such as the Great Lakes, but far away from us. So definitely no winter weather in the forecast, definitely no rain all week long. We'll keep it sunny, clear skies tomorrow morning, upper 20s to low 30s. And as we go into the rest of the week, we'll keep it sunny and cool and possibly tracking expecting some rain on Christmas Day. All those details coming up, but back to you, Hannah.
All right, Jenna, thank you so much. Cleanup is underway on South Carolina's coast after strong storms rolled through there yesterday. The mayor of Isle of Palms says the most devastating part of the storm yesterday is that it reversed tons of work they had done to help with erosion. He says millions of dollars have gone to waste, especially on the breach inlet, as efforts to renourish that area are starting back at square one.
Hopefully, what's happened is done, and we can go about fixing things as fast as possible. We'll hopefully approve some additional beach renourishment tonight, and we'll just move as fast as the agencies that we rely on will let us.
Neighboring Sullivan's Island is also in recovery mode. Town leaders there are assessing the asphalt along the beaches to see if it needs repairs. 30-year-old Jamila Smith went missing more than 2 weeks ago. Her ex-boyfriend Daniel Harmon is behind bars, charged with kidnapping and domestic violence in this case. Smith's family claims Aiken County Sheriff's Office is not communicating with them, and they want a positive outcome for her. Broken Link Foundation, a missing persons organization, is working with the family. They say Daniel Harmon abused her and should have never been free. They claim Smith's abuse dates back to August, and the sheriff's office knew about it.
We do know beyond a shadow of a doubt that Jamila was screaming for help. The ones that she was supposed to be able to trust to help her and save her failed her.
We're working, tirelessly trying to find Miss Smith as quickly as possible. We're working every lead that we come across, and some of them pan out, some of them don't.
The family wants to conduct a search in places where Smith was known to go often and where Harmon was arrested. They also want dogs and other technology to search properties they believe Harmon owns. The sheriff's office says they are searching now and using resources from SLED. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp announced today that additional funds will be used to keep teachers and students safe in school. The bill includes a retention bonus for 100,000 state employees and nearly 200,000 educators, and a $45,000 school safety grant. With more details, here's Atlanta Bureau Chief Archit Seshadri.
There's some good news for Georgians. Governor Kemp announcing 2 economic investments. The first one impacting all state employees as well as Georgia educators. They'll get a $1,000 retention pay supplement before the end of the year on their last December paycheck.
I think this helps. Like you said, we've got a huge issue with that. Our turnover statewide is around 24%, and that's been a concern of mine since I've been in this role. Of course, it was a concern before that, but definitely since I've been in this role. And I think this is a step in the right direction. I think you're going to see other things done that we will continue to do that.
The other one, going to all Georgia public schools. The governor announcing a $45,000 grant for school safety, where schools can use this money for whatever they'd like, including improving infrastructure or hiring personnel, things like hiring a school safety officer.
It's a $45,000 grant, as the governor said several times, is going to be in the budget, and it's going to be a line item that'll be there, so schools can depend on that money to be there every year, so they can hire staff if they want, they can make improvements in the facilities, whatever they choose to do.
There may be some schools that they could better spend their money on something besides personnel. Maybe hardening the school, maybe cameras, it may be some sort of system or what have you. So we're trusting the schools to do that.
Now, all of this is in addition to the $2,000 pay increase that teachers would get. Governor Brian Kemp says this would make Georgia teachers one of the highest paid in the Southeast. State lawmakers will gather here inside the state capitol in just 3 weeks to ratify a state budget. They'll have 40 legislative days to do so, and they'll prioritize healthcare, education, as well as public safety. Reporting at the Georgia State Capitol, Archit Seshadri, Atlanta Bureau Chief.
Hundreds of soldiers from Fort Eisenhower are flooding Augusta Regional Airport today as they head home for the holidays. In total, more than 4,500 soldiers from the installation are going home for holiday block leave. The leave started at midnight, and they'll head back to their missions on January 3rd. The Army is the only service that pauses during the holiday season, offering this 2-week break for some in training. Soldiers at Fort Eisenhower say they are looking forward to going home.
Everybody's there. Everyone's together. Everyone's sharing stories. Gifts are being given. There's events going on.
I've always been like a very family-oriented person, so it's just very important that we all get together and just it's a very special moment just because it just doesn't happen a lot where everyone can come together and celebrate.
Overall, the Army is expecting more than 38,000 soldiers from across the country will go home to spend the holidays with their families. We're learning new details about the incident involving the president's motorcade after a car struck one of the Secret Service vehicles in it. Liz Landers is in Washington with the latest.
Overnight, a momentary scare for President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden.
Mr. President, why are you losing to Trump in the polls?
When a car in the president's motorcade was struck by a vehicle as they departed from a staff dinner at his campaign headquarters in Wilmington, Delaware. The seemingly startled president whisked into his car by the Secret Service. The First Lady was already waiting in the SUV. Neither were hurt. Officers surrounded the car with weapons at the ready. The driver putting his hands up. A statement from the Secret Service says a vehicle securing the president's motorcade was struck by another vehicle. There was no protective interest associated with this event, and the president's motorcade departed without incident. The Wilmington police added that they are working to determine if impairment was a factor in the incident. Sources tell ABC News that the incident did not appear to be politically motivated. And President Biden is scheduled to stay in Delaware through Tuesday. In Washington, Liz Landers, ABC News.
Coming up after full weather, lawmakers are addressing funding issues for you.
Quality customer service. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Good Monday evening. I hope you enjoyed the sunshine today after a very rainy end to the weekend we had. It's definitely been breezy though today. We still have a front coming through, which is bringing those high wind speeds and also some colder air behind it. But in the meantime, here's a live look at our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam. Completely dry outside and really not too cold just yet. We're sitting at 50 degrees, and that's all thanks to those high winds coming in from the northwest at 14 miles per hour. So every time we have breezy conditions, that really helps keep our temperatures a little bit on the warmer side. Dew point of 28. We'll start to see those values fall drastically as that front moves through. Also, you can see those temperatures beginning to drop off now in our northwestern counties. 44 in Washington, 45 in Crawfordville, but a lot of upper 40s and low 50s still. But as we go into the overnight hours, that's when I'm expecting the temperatures to drop rapidly along with those dew points. So right now we're seeing the teens already in Washington and Lincolnton compared to 28 in Augusta and even some 30s further south where there's a little bit more moisture still. So there's that cold front coming through. Notice it is bringing some showers across North Carolina, but for us it is a dry front. Not the case at all though for our friends up in the north, all the way from the northeast over into the Midwest. There's rain, there's winter weather as well, a lot of snowfall right around the Great Lakes as well. So this low pressure system is what brought us the rain yesterday, now is bringing us the windy conditions with those winds at 10 miles per hour in Aiken, 14 in Waynesboro, and the gusts are even higher than that. They're still gusting up to 25 miles per hour. So we do have this lake wind advisory that goes until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So that's when winds will start to settle down. So only gusts up to 15 tomorrow and then 10 the remainder of the week. So then our main story becomes just the cold temperatures. So 28 tonight, nothing too far out of the ordinary, but 24 for a Wednesday morning and only 26 for Thursday morning. So definitely bundle up when headed out the door tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine throughout the day, but you'll need a jacket all day long. Notice we'll only top off in the upper 40s. So one of the coldest days we've had in a while. Here's tomorrow morning, no rain in sight, not even any cloud cover. High pressure will take over as that cold front moves out. We will see a little bit more cloud cover by Wednesday evening, but for the most part, lots of sunshine this week with no chance of rain all the way until next week. But our lows tonight will be in the upper 20s for the most part. Highs tomorrow will only be in the upper 40s for everyone, well below average. And your 10-day forecast showing us get back to the 50s on Wednesday. However, that's when the low gets down to 24. 60 degrees Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and close to 60 on Christmas Day, but also the chance of rain at 40% along with cloudy skies. And we'll be right back.
Get your home ready.
You could save with Senior Life. We could help you get cash back from your current overpriced policy. Call now to lock in your coverage and low monthly rate. For your free quote, call now.
And last but not least, one of the most unforgettable performances on Broadway. The actors are breaking barriers
and breaking through with a powerful message about autism on stage and off. Deborah Roberts takes us to Broadway.
Tonight, you're watching a barrier come down.
So I guess I'll look forward to like I'm expecting to do.
These young Broadway actors are breaking new ground with a story about autism.
Getting older means more awkward situations for me to misconstrue.
The show is called How to Dance in Ohio.
In New York's Times Square, this new musical is about to make Broadway history. It's about young adults with autism who are navigating our world, and the actors playing them happen to have autism.
Never before have openly autistic performers played autistic characters on Broadway.
So you all come bounding out here in the very beginning.
Hi! There is the saying, if you've met one autistic person, you have met one autistic person. You are now meeting 7 autistic people.
You declare, we have autism. Why is that important, Liam?
In that moment for the 7 of us, it's really a celebration of the fact that, like, we are here, we're doing something groundbreaking as autistic performers playing autistic characters on stage.
It's so liberating not only to like show the world, like, yeah, I am an autistic person, I am an autistic actor, and also just so freeing to be myself on stage. And it's
wow, that is so amazing, Jenna. I have not ever seen a Broadway performance, but I would love to see that one.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you if you ever have.
I've been to New York, but I didn't get to make it to Broadway.
Definitely have to. That would be a good one. They're really talented.
Absolutely.
And for our forecast this week, we have some very cold weather. 28 is our low tonight, only 49 tomorrow. A nice sunny day, dry all week, and then rain possibly on Christmas.
The news continues at the top of the hour on WJBF News Channel 6 at 11.
And Hogan.